So in order to start programming Ruby on Windows, we're going to need to first install it so we can access it through the command line. The best way to do that is to go to this website called rubyinstaller.org and then click on the download link. And this shows us a list of versions that we can download. Let's go ahead and download the most recent version, 2.3.0. So you click on that and it'll take us a while to download. You'll note that it's downloading an executable, which means once it's done downloading, we'll have to run the executable to fully install the program. Once it's done going through its security scan, we should be able to start running the program. In this case, it says that the publisher could not be verified, but Ruby Installer is a trusted website, so you can go ahead and hit run. Although on other websites, if you're not sure, you wouldn't necessarily want to continue on with this. But in this case, since we know we can trust the website, we'll go ahead and click run. So I'll go ahead and say my language is in English. You'll note that you can't click next until you accept the license. It's free software, so you can read this over, but most programs that you install carry some kind of license. And in this case, I want to make sure that I add the Ruby executables to your path, which means I'll be able to access it through the command line regardless of what directory that I'm in. So you can leave the installation directory as default and go ahead and click install. And then once that's done installing, you should be able to access Ruby through your command line. Cool. So I'll go ahead and hit finish and close my browser. And now I'm going to open up my command line using PowerShell. So I'll type in Windows and start typing in PowerShell, and it shows up, and I hit enter. And at this point, if all has worked well, I should be able to type in ruby-v, which tells me that I have Ruby 2.3.0 installed. The -v is basically asking Ruby to tell me the version. It's the extra argument. What I really want to be able to do is execute a Ruby program directly. So let me go ahead and navigate to a Ruby program. So that would be cd or ls, cd into documents, and I know I have a folder called code and a folder called weekend work, and, ls, and go into the algo folder, ls, and so I have some Ruby code there. So I should be able to type in Ruby find longest word, and it goes ahead and executes that code. The other thing that you have access to once you've installed Ruby is another program called IRB, which is an interactive Ruby prompt. So now I can execute Ruby code like puts hello, and I'm actually running Ruby right in my terminal. If you're done with IRB, you can go ahead and type in exit. So that's how you install Ruby on Windows, and from this point on, you'll be able to execute any Ruby code or IRB directly through your command line.